I'm Seth Goldman. I'm the president and CEO of Honest Tea. It's a company I started out of my house 11 years ago now. We're based in Bethesda, Maryland, and we become the best-selling organic brand of bottled tea in the natural foods industry. Here at Expo, we're launching our new yerba mate line. It's gotten a great response. We want to also share with all the retailers we work with the different things we've been doing around fair trade. A lot of them still aren't aware about Honest Kids, which has just been seeing explosive growth, and that's a product that really should be in every store, and not even necessarily in the natural food section. I mean, it is organic, but you know, when parents looking for healthy drinks for their kids, they often just go where the drink pouches are, and Honest Kids should definitely be within that section. Organic tea is really important because most agricultural products are rinsed or can be peeled, and you'll get the surface chemicals off, but with tea, it's never rinsed. Tea leaves are picked and dried, and so what happens is that if there are any chemicals sprayed on tea leaves, they'll end up in the drink. And so with tea, if you're not getting organic tea, you're getting those chemicals. That's what you're drinking. And so organics is a way to ensure that when the people consuming the product aren't exposed to those chemicals, the people picking the tea leaves aren't exposed to those chemicals, and obviously the ecosystem isn't exposed as well. As consumers increasingly look at the products they're consuming and think about what they're ingesting, we've seen a tremendous growth in organics and tremendous growth for our company. My co-founder Barry came up with the name Honest Tea, and it's a perfect name for what we're about. As we grew, we realized that tea wasn't the most important part of our name, but it was really the word honest. And for us, honest means a product that's authentic, organic, and healthier. And everything we make fits that umbrella. I was Barry's student over at the Yale School of Management, and we were doing a case study of the beverage industry. And he asked, are there anything missing in the beverage shelf? I mean, there's so many varieties of products. I said, well, there's all these products, but there's just tons of sweet drinks and tons of watery drinks, but nothing with enough flavor, just enough flavor to taste good. And Barry was so excited about it, he wanted to make samples, and I said, boy, you know, I got to find a job. I couldn't focus on it at the time, but I got back in touch with him a few years later. So I was thirsty and felt like I was ready to do something about it. We brought 5 thermoses and an empty Snapple bottle into the local Whole Foods region, and that was how we got started. For the first 5 years, it was a lot of, felt very uphill, you know, trying to teach consumers about less sweet drinks, about organics. There just wasn't much level of awareness, but the past 5 years have been really downhill. You know, people get it, they understand why this product makes sense for their health, why it makes sense for the environment. And what's really fun is we just recently brought out this line, Honest Kids, which is a line of drinks for kids that are less sweet and healthier for them, and organic too. We've been selling all these drinks that were healthier, and but I packed my kids' lunches, and my middle son said, hey Dad, you're giving all these healthy drinks to adults, but in my lunchbox you're putting in these really sweet drinks. And we looked at the nutritional panel on the back of one of these drink pouches, and sure enough, there was more calories in a drink pouch than it was in a can of soda. And so I kind of felt ashamed. You know, why hadn't we done something about this sooner? But you know, it's funny. We'll do some taste tests in our kitchen, and we'll say, well, this tastes good, but what is the kid going to say? We definitely make sure that it's kid approved. In the very beginning, when we called the product Honest Tea, was because it was brewed with real tea leaves. And most bottled tea, it turns out, isn't brewed with real tea leaves. Most of it is with a powder or a syrup or a concentrate. And so we've always, one of the things that ensures is that when our ingredients come to the bottling plant, they're tea leaves. And there's no shortcut. You can't get around it, so you've got to figure out how to brew it. And so we're always trying to improve the brewing process, and it's meant that we've spent a lot of time in the production facilities. We've been able to do some innovations, you know, on the floor, the brewing in the batch room, but we really do have a very direct relationship with our ingredients. We don't just sort of call a flavoring company and send in the ingredients. It's us, you know, connecting with the suppliers and to the countries of origin, and I travel regularly to the countries where we get the product from, and that obviously makes sure I'm connected to where it's coming from too. We get our black teas from India, we get our green teas from China, we have a red tea that we use, which is from South Africa, so it really is a global source product. So our best seller has been Moroccan mint green tea. That product has been doing, it's been the best-selling green tea, has been the best-selling tea in the natural foods industry for, I don't know, at least 5 years. One variety that's gotten a lot of attention recently is Black Forest Berry. This happens to be President Obama's favorite drink, and so we've been arranged to make direct deliveries to the White House, and so that's been a lot of fun to get that increased attention for organics and for you know, our brand as well. When Barack Obama was a senator, he used to buy our product, and his office called and said, hey, where can we get more? When he was running for office, running for the presidency, his campaign would call us all the time. Oh, he's traveling to Mississippi. Where can we buy Honest Tea? And we'd have to try to direct them to different stores. And once he moved into the White House, we got a call from the Presidential Food Service, and they asked, how can we get Honest Tea delivered here? So now we're just launching this year the line called Honest Mate. And yerba mate is an herb from South America. It's a very eco-friendly product because it can be grown as a shade plant. And it's got wonderful antioxidant and stimulant properties to it, as well as great taste. And so we have tropical mate and agave mate. The agave is a very low glycemic sweetener that has great taste, but very clean taste as well. And we've seen a lot of very positive response to the whole line. We started to learn about yerba mate, and we found a supplier from Argentina it's actually a family farm that has great eco-friendly practices and sustainable practices. I guess we're up to about 13 varieties in glass. We have about 8 varieties in plastic, and we have 3 varieties with the Honest Kids. We've also come out with these larger bottles, the 64-ounce bottles, and what we say on the bottle is bigger is greener, because you get more servings. It's less packaging per ounce of product, which makes it more environmentally efficient, and certainly a big ring at the register for the retailer. And we get more. We find it leads to more occasions where people will consume the product as well. They don't run out as easily. We do all the recipe formulations in our kitchen in Bethesda. Our company is, we have a relatively small office, and it's basically just a kitchen counter. We get tea leaves all the time, and we're always working on new ingredients. And the thing about tea is it's the world's second most popular beverage. So almost every culture has a tea recipe, and so our job is just to take those recipes and figure out which ones will work well, with an American palate. The main thing that's kept us going the whole time is just the consumers we have who love this product, who really get excited about it, who do everything from get tattoos on their arms to send us, emails that are pages long with all their thoughts and suggestions about the product. We really have developed a community of people who feel a great deal of ownership over the brand, and that's what you want. I mean, I would say our audience is not as wide, but it's very, very deep with the folks we have. And now the good news is that it's widening too. In the beginning, I answered all the emails, and that took up enough of my time and started to grow that I definitely do answer emails, but I don't handle all of them. We now have some people who help out with that too. It's good though. We have consumers who are very engaged, and what's also nice is that when they contact us, they get a personal response. There's never we don't have any preset email response, and that with our phones too. There's always someone answering the phone. We certainly try to carry the concept of our mission-driven commitment to the way we treat our employees as well. And anyone who's been with the company for more than a year does have stock ownership of the company. Last year we gave out bikes to all of our employees, which was a great way to both encourage them to get healthier, but also to encourage them to travel more sustainably. We have a national bike promotion we run with a bike company, so that was a great way to connect our employees to it. And we do have very good health benefits, and we also send out healthy snacks. All of our employees travel a lot, so we every month we barter with other natural foods companies, and we get them healthy snacks that they can travel with. And it's a nice way to keep them connected to the industry too. We were the first company to make fair trade bottled tea. Let me get a fair trade seal. Ensures that the people who pick the tea leaves, in addition to working under good conditions, also receive a portion of the sales back for them to invest in their community. And we've done everything from support a computer learning center to micro-enterprise in different communities. And we found that this is something consumers really value and appreciate. So I actually went to business school thinking I would come back and work in the national service movement, not like AmeriCorps. And as I got into business school and learned about what a role business can play, I found that business has an incredible power to affect public goals, whether it's health or sustainability, in the environment. And I still feel like I'm in the national service movement, just in the for-profit sector. We have a partnership with the Sierra Club this year, where we will be giving a portion of our sales for our green teas to the Sierra Club. There's a consistent mission behind this product. It's not just an organic product made by a company that isn't thinking about the whole picture. Whether it's the hybrids we drive, as our marketing team, or the way we treat our employees, it's really a product where we are striving to treat our employees and our earth as well as our tea does.